you're a small creator and the grind is making you want to quit. I get it. I've been here several times now, and I've tried every platform, right? I've tried posting on TikTok, I've tried posting on Twitch, I've tried posting on YouTube, and it doesn't seem like no matter how consistent you are or how often you post, you feel like you're not getting anywhere. Now, I first started uploading to YouTube back in like 2022, and I've tried two different channels, right? Like this channel and the other channel that was centered around like finance and investing and stuff. And I actually managed to get a little bit of traction with that one, but I just didn't enjoy making the content anymore. And I think that's the point I want to get across in this video is you got to learn to enjoy the process, right? Because I know you're going to see a bunch of other channels that all blew up in a matter of, days, weeks, months. They went from like 100 subscribers in their first month to 1 million, right? In just like a couple of weeks, or even a couple 100,000, right? And you're looking at them with hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube, and you're like, why can't that happen to me? Well, it can happen to you. You just gotta keep posting, right? Stay consistent, and eventually you will have that video that kind of just pops off out of nowhere and just blows you away. And the ones who've already gone viral, right, they already know how to do it. They know what works in the algorithm. They know how to make the thumbnails. They know how to make titles. They know how to do all of it, right? So you're competing against the guys or you're comparing yourself to the guys, rather, that already know how to work the system in their favor. And be glad you're in the position you're in right now, right, where there's no pressure. You don't have to blow up overnight. You don't have to have 1 million views, and you don't have to have 100,000 subscribers, and those will come, right, if you stay with it and stick with it. But it's getting back to what I'm saying with enjoy the process, right? Make videos that you enjoy making. Because once you become a slave to the algorithm, then you gotta start making videos that will do well, but you don't enjoy making, right? Then it becomes a job, and that's when you start losing the flame. You start losing the passion for making YouTube videos, right? And as someone who's, in the grind myself, I get it, right? It's frustrating. You're putting all this time and work in, and it's not getting anywhere. I get it. But sometimes I stop and think that it's grateful just to have this opportunity. And because once I blow up, and then I got to worry about, will this thumbnail get a bunch of clicks? Or then I got to worry about, is my title good enough? And then I'm spending all day in my phone on YouTube Studio editing stuff all day, and that's a daunting prospect for me, right? And sometimes you got to step back and think about where you're headed, right? If you're uploading a video, you're already ahead of 90% of everybody else who's just thinking about it, right? Stuck on the first step. And that was me for several years. I was just stuck, right? Anxious as hell, and just nervous about that first upload, and you'll tell yourself 1 million reasons, right, to not upload, but all you need is one good reason to upload, and boom, go upload. Because anxiety is a mean bitch, and she will hold you back. And you gotta stop letting that thought of that you're gonna, get a bunch of hate comments or whatever you're afraid of, whatever it is, right? Get over it. I mean, you only have one life, and you can just keep posting, right? And the beautiful thing is, eventually when you do have that moment that blows up and catches a bunch of views or hits the algorithm right, you have a whole backlog of content now that those guys that really enjoyed watching you can go back and watch. And those videos you sat watching do absolutely nothing forever, all of a sudden they're getting a bunch of thousands of views out of nowhere, all because you had one video that did really well. And that's the thing with YouTube. It's all exponential. So that's the thing with TikTok. It's all exponential, right? It's slow, steady movement of absolutely nothing, and then once one goes, boom, your whole channel just boom. It just booms, right? That's the only word I can use for it, is boom, 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 boom. And then you see your views go boom. You see your subscribers go boom. You see your followers go boom. And the only real platform I would say that you're going to struggle with this kind of strategy is Twitch, right? I wouldn't try the nose to the grindstone on Twitch, because it's discoverability on Twitch is terrible. Let's just say it straight up. And I've tried dabbling in Twitch streaming, and the thing that happens is you spend hours and hours and hours in front of that camera talking and entertaining and keeping up this persona, basically, right? Because your first handful of streams, you're going to be streaming to one viewer, maybe two or three if you can get your mom and your dad to open up your page, right? And it's hard to be entertaining when you're only got 2-3 people in front of you, and two of them are people you know. You spend hours and hours, and it gets nowhere. So for Twitch, you want to go to other platforms. You want to make content around making your Twitch pop off. You want to spend more time on TikTok and YouTube because that's where the discoverability is. And I could even see maybe Instagram kind of being a player now. Maybe some people could try that and see how that works, but the big two are TikTok and YouTube, for sure. Spend most of your time and effort there. And then, if you want to pivot at some point in the future, you can make content to work around that. Because I already know Twitch is not going to work for me. And I might not ever touch Twitch again. I don't know. Maybe when GTA 6 comes out, maybe we'll do some live streams on there. But we'll see. I'm definitely not planning on it anytime soon, though. But yeah, I know the struggle, guys. I've made dozens of videos this month, and not all of them are posted, right? Some of them are scheduled, so they'll be coming out over the coming weeks. But I get it, because I've put in so many hours. I've been using Share Factory Studio on the PlayStation, right? And I can show you the log of how many hours. It's probably like something like 20-30 hours now that I spent in that editing tool just making these videos. And like I said, yeah, I'm just sitting at 9 subscribers at the time of this video, and I think I've maybe got 20 views over the last week or two. So I get it. Believe me, I get it. I've been grinding, and but I'm enjoying it, right? That's the main thing. I'm actually having fun with it. I'm making videos I want to make, and so some of these videos you'll see in the future that I have coming up, you'll see that they're really like therapy sessions for me. Like, even if this channel never blows up, I'm gonna feel good that I just got all of my thoughts out into the void. I've got it out into these YouTube videos now. But yeah, just keep pursuing your dream, guys, and the grind's gonna feel tough, right? This is where boys turn into men, and this is where girls turn into women, because the grind will break you down. The grind will wear you down. It will wear you out. It will tire you out. But the ones who can stick through it and stay with it are the ones that end up prospering in the end, right? Because you know the story of Jynxzi, you know, the Rainbow Six, content creator guy. He, believe it or not, he spent an entire year, and I mean streaming like damn near every single day for an entire year, right, to like 1 or 2 viewers. And he stuck with that, right, for a year. Most people would have quit seeing 2 viewers after like 2 or 3 months. They would have quit probably like after a month. Let's be honest, most of us would. I know we would. Hell, I probably would. A year with no traction at all is probably a sign to give it up, right? But no, he kept going, and now he's one of the biggest creators on the planet, right? But he enjoyed what he was doing. That's the thing, right? I'm sure he had moments where he was doubting it, and he was thinking he'd never get anywhere, and all the biggest creators have felt that way, right? Like Queso, he felt the same way. He thought like he would never go anywhere, and he blew up like pretty much overnight, right? Biggest creator on the planet now. They've all had the same doubts you've had, guys. They all have. Every single person you watch now has been in your shoes, where they feel like they're just posting and nothing's happening. It's part of the process. And that's why I'm telling you to enjoy that process, because it lets you make your first videos, and you can be a little off on the delivery. You can be a little, off center on your camera. You can, have shitty thumbnails, and it's okay, because you're new and you're learning. And now YouTube knows that, right? So it's going to let you, do a trial run, and then it's going to show you a few impressions and just see if people are clicking on your stuff. And if they're not, then it gives you a chance to learn. Yeah, learn to love the grind, guys. It's one of the things like video gaming has taught me over the years, is just learning to love grinding, right? Just enjoy doing the same thing over and over until it pays off, right? Because If you ever play GTA Online, it's definitely like that, where you just run the same heist over and over, the same missions over and over, till you get all the money you need. It's life's the same way. Just keep grinding and just stick with it. You know, not every day has to be perfect. You're not going to be the best you every day, but as long as you keep showing up, you can't lose. That's it. You can't lose. And like I said, just build that library. And once you finally do have one that goes, people love to look back and see where the creator started. You know, people are going to like wait for your video that blows up, and they're going to see you have 30 other videos they can binge watch all day. Right? So keep that in mind and keep grinding. And that's going to be the end of this video. And all y'all go ahead and go out there, do your thing, and just have a good day.